Hey Browns fans, welcome into Browns Live. Nathan Zegura with you. Today on the program, we will have Greg Newsome in the player spotlight, plus the Hoff. Joe Thomas joins me to dive into the film room, look at some of the big defensive plays against the Steelers from Monday night. But we kick the show off with the head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, for this week's game review presented by Pilot Flying J. And Coach, fortunately, not the outcome you wanted on Monday night there in Pittsburgh. Probably a crazy 24 hours as we had games that had big consequences for the Browns on Sunday. How did that kind of just bleed into Monday, and what was that kind of that 24-hour period like?
Yeah, I mean, it was unique, but I wouldn't say that it bled into the game. You know, I don't want that to be in any way an excuse. We went out there to go get a win, and you know, we just didn't come through. Obviously, the unique circumstances in playing on Monday night and knowing what the results were the week before. But we're pros. You know, you have to compartmentalize and really focus on what you can control. And we had no control over that. We had control of other things previously in the season, but not in that outcome. So ultimately, we just didn't get it done on Monday night.
Your defense continued kind of its recent string of strong performances. I know that in my 9 years in the league and with this team, I've never seen a game where a guy averaged 2.7 yards per attempt passing. How did your pass defense do what they did to Ben Roethlisberger?
Yeah, I thought the guys executed the plan really, really well. I thought Joe and the defensive staff did a really nice job of mixing in coverage. Disguise was really good with the safeties and the linebackers, everybody. So I think there was some deception in the back end. And I think in those one-on-one matchups, just think about how many times, you know, they took shots on a corner one-on-one and our guys made the play. They did a really nice job.
And you think about it, it's been the theme all year, especially on the back end of this defense, right? People stepping up. In this case, A.J. Green gets thrust into action. He comes up with an interception. He'll be able to say, I picked off Ben Roethlisberger in his final game at Heinz Field. You talk about Greg Newsome coming back, hadn't played since week 12, and you mentioned testing somebody. They ran the same back shoulder on him. It felt like 8 times, 0 for 8, it felt like, in that one. How about those guys stepping up and stepping in like they have really all year long?
Yeah, you're right. Guys stepped up, and then to see, you know, Greg Newsome, a rookie out there, A.J. Green, a second-year player, to come up in a moment like that and just be so competitive at the ball and competitive throughout the game. And you mentioned all the guys back there, you know, going against that pass attack with the guys that they have on the perimeter with some impressive one-on-one ball players. To see the guys win their one-on-one matchups was outstanding.
Coach, offensively, it was a struggle again in Pittsburgh. When you were able to go back and watch it, what did you kind of maybe take away from that offensive performance?
Yeah, just so uneven. You know, you get into, we were just in far too many third and longs, 3rd and 7+, 3rd and 10+, where, you know, you're trying to get a first down, you're trying to think about protection, and they had a nice plan versus us. You know, we just did not do a good enough job, and just that many sacks, have to get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, have to protect better, have to call it better, all of the above. But it really, how you are on 1st and 2nd down is a determining factor on those 3rd downs. And that's really, we struggled to get into much of a rhythm throughout the night.
Coach, much was made of T.J. Watt. He had 4 sacks going, obviously working against James Hudson. But you go and you look in it at Pro Football Focus anyway, he's credited with 5 pressures, same number Miles had. 4 of them happened to end up in sacks. And I talked with Joe Thomas, and he said, you know, when you chip or double 50% of the time against the pass rusher, that is a clear sign that your game plan has changed to deal with said pass rusher. So when you kind of look back at it, it felt like a lot of times James actually did a pretty good job. It was just when he did get by, it resulted in a sack. For a variety of reasons too, by the way.
Yeah, you know, and it is a variety of reasons. I thought there was one time T.J. Watt just timed up the snap absolutely perfectly, and James was a little bit late off the ball, and that's a quick sack on the road. I thought the guys did a nice job. We varied the silent count to try and keep them off balance. We chipped them with tight ends, chipped them with running backs, and then tried to get the ball out quickly. Really was the design. So if you are holding the ball, make sure you're helping. If you're not holding the ball, make sure the ball comes out on time, and it didn't, and that's for a variety of reasons. Obviously, we got to get open, got to call plays that get guys open. Ball has to come out, all of the above. But versus a great player like number 90, he's going to get our attention, and we just didn't do a good enough job throughout the night to try to limit him.
Coach, thanks so much for the time. We'll have you back later on in the show. We'll talk about the season finale, the Browns and the Bengals at First Energy Stadium when we come back. Cornerback Greg Newsome in the player spotlight, and Joe Thomas joins the show.
thing about 7-Up is it always looks good, sounds good, and tastes good. There's nothing like the crisp, clean, refreshing taste of 7-Up.
Did you know tires from Conrad's include everything you need to deliver maximum life and performance? Lifetime rotations and balancing, flat repairs, wheel alignment inspection, plus 3 years of road hazard protection. Count on Conrad's for the best total value.
Right now, get up to $120 off instantly on a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires when you use your Bridgestone CFNA credit card.
Subject to credit approval.
Bridgestone, official tire of the Cleveland Browns, proudly sold at your hometown.
Hey girl, you look bored as heck. I think it's time for a little vibe check, please. Here, have a Snapple. Let's have some fun.
Who, me?
Sure, everyone. Do yourself a flavor with Snapple. Now this new bottle's a vibe.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
Thank you for coming today. I'd like to read a brief statement. As the special meals coordinator for the Cleveland Browns, I'm proud to have drafted Mid's True Sicilian Pasta Sauce with our first pick. Made in Ohio for over 60 years, he's a hometown hero. From hearty meat sauce to classic marinara, there's no doubt Mids is ready for Sunday dinner. We know the taste is there, though his skills on the field will need improvement. But we're working on it. Day in and day out. He practices about 3 days a week.
Touchdown, Newsome! He's done it again!
Cleveland Browns fans, joining our season ticket member waitlist has its benefits. From exclusive team content to first access to single game tickets, membership starts at just $100 per seat. Joining the waitlist is the first step to becoming a season ticket member and getting these special benefits.
The Browns are winners again.
Visit clevelandbrowns.com/tickets for more information about the waitlist and your chance to be a part of the Browns' future. Welcome back into Browns Live. Nathan Zegura joined now by my co-host, the legend, the one and only, the Hop, Joe Thomas. And Joe, we know that the Browns' 2021 season will come to an end this Sunday against the Bengals. No playoffs for the Browns. Sad, disappointing, a tear to the eye. What's kind of your take on where we are and how we got here?
Well, it was the season of high expectations, obviously not being able to get into the playoffs like they were last year. It ends before all of us wanted, and you have to start looking towards next season right now. Who are going to be the guys that are going to be on this roster? What is this team going to look like? Who are those foundational pieces that you want to build around? Those are all the things that we're going to find out this weekend against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, and one guy who made his return to action on Monday night for the Browns, cornerback Greg Newsome, our first-round pick this year. Certainly one of those foundational pieces. He had a great game against the Steelers. They kept testing him on those back shoulders. He said, no, you're not going to get it. And he caught up with our Katie Prefer in this week's Player Spotlight presented by McDonald's.
I'm here with rookie cornerback Greg Newsome. Greg, before the Steelers game Monday, you tweeted out that you play to win, nothing less. Unfortunately, that wasn't the outcome, but what kept you motivated heading into that game?
Yeah, I mean, one thing, obviously, in the NFL, I've learned to realize that you won't have the same team, maybe not one day, maybe not 2 days. So, I try to go out there and just play, with the team that I currently have, just because I maybe not play with them, ever again. And then also coming back from being out since week 12, I was really motivated to get back out there and prove myself again. So I was definitely ready to go out there and, try to get us a win.
Yeah, you definitely have gone through a lot during your rookie season. You suffered a calf injury, a concussion, and then you were put on the COVID list. How did you stay positive and keep pushing through that adversity?
Yeah, just prayed about it, just talked to God, and I just know He makes no mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. That was a chance for me to just reflect on my season, work on some things. Obviously I couldn't get out there and play, but to just watch film and just try to critique myself. So when I got back out there, I know some things that I needed to fix, and I was able to, go out there Monday and fix some of those things.
So Sunday is the final game of your rookie season. Talk to me about what you've learned during your first year in the NFL.
Man, first of all, it goes by fast. It's been, a crazy rookie year. It's been fun, some ups, some downs, but I think I had a pretty good season, and I'm glad I came to this, organization and met some of these people, and I learned that you gotta kind of put the losses to the side. That was something I struggled with, especially because in college you lose a few games, you're done. In the league, it's a long season, and just to also learn to just try to, maintain your body, try to do things like that, just to stay positive through it all.
How beneficial has it been for you to have veteran players like Troy Hill and John Johnson to help you learn and grow as a rookie?
Yeah, it's been key to my success. Like I said, me and Troy are really close. Like I said, it's my big brother. So, having a guy like him, I feel like it catapulted me, right away. So I was able to go out there and just be myself right away and not play like a rookie. So that was something that I wanted to do, and a lot of credit to Troy Hill for sure.
Was there any moment that was extra special or memorable for you this season?
Definitely probably just the first game, getting out there, and I mean first home game. Getting out there, hearing your name called, in front of the fans and things like that, that was unbelievable running through the tunnel. So that was definitely the moment that I'll never forget.
All right, Greg. Well, thanks so much and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hoff, I love this kid. He comes out, hadn't played since week 12. They go at him all game long. He's right there. And he, you talk to his defensive back coach, Jeff Howard. This is a guy that really has a great understanding of the game as well as the physical tools. I think he's going to be a star for the Browns for a long time.
There's no doubt. We knew what type of a competitor he was coming out of Northwestern. He's smart, he's tough, and he's not going to let anything stop him. He wants to be one of the greats in this game, and he's off to a great start.
He certainly is. Also have to thank him because now Crocs are running rampant in my family. Everybody got them this holiday season. And Greg Newsome, I think, brought Crocs back. So, Greg, great job on the field. And thanks for bringing back that comfy, very utilitarian footwear into the Zegura household. When we come back, we go into the film room because Greg wasn't the only member of the Browns secondary making plays. We'll take a look at A.J. Green's interception and a big-time sack from Jadeveon Clowney.
Let's take a quiz. What should you look for when choosing a lawyer? Competent counsel, fair compensation, personal attention, experience? Yeah, it's a pretty long list. The fact is, choosing a lawyer is a critically important decision and well worth researching. That's why Elk & Elk is the right choice. Our team has recovered over $1 billion for our clients and has experience trying cases just like yours. Elk & Elk, every client, every day.
As a family-owned and operated business now in its third generation, we believe in the handshake. We believe in having a relationship with our customers that gives them the peace of mind that they can call us at any hour and we can help them with any problem that they have or any special circumstance. As I've grown in this industry, I've tried to instill the different things that my grandparents did, the different things that my dad has done to make people feel that they truly are at the best place in private EMS.
The thing about 7-Up is, it always looks good, sounds good, and tastes good. There's nothing like the crisp, clean, refreshing taste of 7-Up.
Hey girl, you look bored as heck. I think it's time for a little vibe check, please. Here, have a Snapple. Let's have some fun. Who, me? Sure, everyone. Do yourself a flavor with Snapple. Now this new bottle's a vibe.
Welcome back into Browns Live. Nathan Zegura and the Hoff, Joe Thomas, our favorite part of the show where we go into the film room for this week's play breakdown presented by Microsoft. And Joe, third down, a money down. As you see the scoreboard here on Monday night, it was 13-0. The Browns had a nice punt from Dustin Colquitt. They pinned the Steelers back, and then we get a big play right here. And Joe, you've talked many, many times about Jadeveon Clowney and his speed and how that is dangerous to a tackle. When you have a rusher on the outside who has that speed, what's kind of the first thing that goes through your mind?
Well, the most important thing as a tackle is getting off the line of scrimmage as quickly as possible. You want to start moving as soon as that ball starts to move, because the last thing you can afford when you got Jadeveon Clowney across from you is him getting a half a step on you, getting ahead of your set, and making you get out of your technique to be able to try to catch up to him. Because at that point, when he gets to the point of contact, he can do whatever he wants. He can go inside, he can go outside, he can run you over, and you got no chance.
And what I love about this is you can tell, I almost see him. You see him down in that track sprinter stance. I have a feeling this tackle thinks he's getting outside. I've got to get outside. And this is where Jadeveon says, okay, maybe he's probably set outside on me a few times. Now I'm going to give him that and then just cut right across his face. And you see his ability here to split the gap and get the sack on a play where Ben was looking for a little out and up down here, but you don't have the time to do that when you get right to the quarterback. We'll take a look.
Absolutely. The great pass rushers, they set up the rushes for the third and fourth quarter with what they do in the first and second quarter. They're getting ready for their best moves when everything is on the line. Third down, red zone, end of game scenarios. It's exactly what Jadeveon Clowney's doing.
And he's able to split. That guard comes and tries to help, but he's already through. And Ben right here, that's his pump fake because this is an out and up. So he can't even throw this ball. In reality, he probably wishes, hey, I could throw this out because this guy's bearing down on me. And then Jadeveon gets right through. And there is the sack right down at the 1 yard line. We'll take a look at it now from the end zone view. And you can see 76 again. You got Clowney's out here. That's wide right there. Hoff, is that wide 9 wide? How wide are we here?
Yeah, we're talking wide 9 right there. And you see the defensive tackle lining up almost in a defensive end position. What that does a lot of times is it makes the guard feel like he's got to get wider than he has to. And then it's opening up space between the guard and the center for the defensive tackle for him to split inside. But what it also does is it makes the tackle a little bit nervous because now when I'm a tackle, I got to stick my hand up because I'm a little concerned about the TE, that twist game that can potentially happen. It's going to happen a lot quicker when that defensive tackle lines up right on your face, and it opens up some of that space because now the tackle is worried about 2 guys instead of just 1 guy. Jadeveon Clowney does a great job setting things up the field with that speed, putting that outside foot in the ground, working together with hands and feet in unison, being able to win to the inside. And a cornerback's best friend is a great pass rusher because that gives them much more freedom to be able to jump a lot of that short stuff, especially in these third down situations when you get a lot of routes that are run at the sticks at that first down marker. Those cornerbacks, they can take those chances. They can take those risks to try to make a game-changing turnover, interception, return for a touchdown. If you know that quarterback is just not going to have time to pump because your pass rush is going to get to him too quickly.
Let's take a look now at some secondary play here. And for the Browns, this is incredible. This is at the end of the first half here for the Cleveland Browns as A.J. Green's going to come up with an interception. We're going to show you how this happens. And what I think is incredible about this particular play is some of the guys that are on the field for the Cleveland Browns. You have injuries in the secondary. Adrian Colbert, who was just added to the team, he's right in here. He's ready to go and play some defense for you. A.J. Green is in the game for you as well because at this point you have already lost Greedy Williams. And so the Browns, a makeshift secondary. And what the Browns are going to play here is what we call cover 5 or man 2. So you're going to have 2 deep safeties here, and then you're going to have man-to-man. 1, 2, 3. And then I think he's probably taken there 4. So you got guys underneath, and it's going to be A.J. Green here who comes up with this interception.
Yeah, cover 5, 2-man. Those are great coverages when you don't have a quarterback that's a risk to run and you don't have a huge opportunity for the offense to run the football, because what you get is all those underneath defenders, they're going to be turning their backs like one-on-one in basketball. They're running with their man. They don't have any eyes on the football. And so it's up to those safeties in the back end to be able to run support if needed, if that quarterback breaks contain. But when you got a guy like Ben Roethlisberger, who's fairly immobile, this is a great coverage because it locks down every single receiver. Plus, you've got those two safety valves in the back end being able to help where they're necessary. So all the defenders are going to take inside leverage on those receivers and take away all those quick throws, force Big Ben to hold on to the football. And a lot of times they're going to try to throw the ball into a tight space and a tight window that's just not there.
Hoff, we know the season. This game doesn't have the meaning that we hoped it did. We hoped it was for the AFC North Division Championship. It is not. Take us inside that locker room. What do the players have to do to get their minds ready to go out there and put on a big performance on Sunday?
I know you may be surprised by this, but 10 seasons of playing a week 17 for me, and not a single one of them was meaningful as far as playoff implications go. So the mentality always for us was, this is actually the first game of next season. So for this Browns team, this is the first game of the 2022 season, because the guys that are on this team that are young players want to prove that they can be part of building the next roster and building a championship in 2022. Those older veteran players want to prove that they can stick around and they can be part of something special. And for the coaching staff and the guys upstairs that are evaluating, it's all about finding out who loves football, who wants to be here, who wants to be part of something special moving forward, who can play for self-motivation and team motivation reasons, not when something like playoffs is on the line. And so I think this tells you a lot about your team and a lot about the players, and it gives them a big indication about who they want to keep around for next season.
Those are the stakes on Sunday at First Energy Stadium. When we come back on Browns Live, the head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, stops by to preview the Browns and the Bengals in the battle for Ohio. Browns fans, you can now train like the pros at Browns Fit. Our 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art fitness facility is open. Browns Fit creates a safe and healthy environment for members and guests and showcases the latest in innovative fitness technology with personal training and much more. Located in the flats of downtown Cleveland on the second floor of the Aloft Hotel. Specials for Browns Fits are available for a limited time, so act now. Visit us at brownsfit.com today to become a member and train like the pros.
I'm Graham.
And I'm Fisk.
And we're the founders of
Graham and Fisk Wine in a Can.
100% California award-winning wine in a proven package. And announcing our Rookie of the Year, 8.4 ounces of award-winning California wine.
We've got red, we've got white, we've got rosé with bubbles, and we've got white with bubbles.
All with Wine Enthusiast Magazine Best Buy Awards. You can buy and get delivered right to your door by visiting grahamandfisk.com or from participating local retailers.
Cleveland Browns fans, joining our season ticket member waitlist has its benefits. From exclusive team content to first access to single game tickets, membership starts at just $100 per seat. Joining the waitlist is the first step to becoming a season ticket member and getting these special benefits.
The Browns are winners again!
Visit clevelandbrowns.com/tickets for more information about the waitlist and your chance to be a part of the Browns' future.
A parent or spouse, a neighbor or friend, we care for the lives entrusted to us with technology, medicine, expertise, and passion, delivered with understanding and support. Not just addressing heart and vascular problems, truly caring for you as a person. We are University Hospital's Harrington Heart and Vascular Institute, and we're here for you.
Welcome back into Browns Live. Nathan Zegura joined once again by the head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski, for this week's game preview presented by Ticketmaster. And Coach, it's not the game that we had hoped it would be Sunday, frankly, against the Cincinnati Bengals, but it is a game, and it is an opportunity for a lot of guys to make an impression, a final impression on this organization, and really put it on tape for the league at large. This is your resume. What's kind of been the message to these guys as you get ready to take on the Bengals?
Yeah, pretty much just like that, Nathan. I mean, this is it's game number 17. They're keeping score. We want to win, and as you know, the NFL year to year, teams change and guys leave the team. So the guys that aren't going to be on this team moving forward, they want to go out and put good tape out there. And then the guys that are going to be on the team, we want to make sure that we set a standard and set a tone going into this offseason. So I think it's important in a variety of ways. It's important to play hard for your teammates, play hard for your team, play hard for your fans, all of the above. And goal for us doesn't change. We are going there to try and get a win at our home.
Coach, in this game, Case Keenum will start, a guy you're very familiar with dating back to your time together in Minnesota, where you had a very successful pairing, 1-0 as a starter this year. How do you kind of weigh in a game like this? And it sounds like it wasn't much weighing at all, but given a known commodity, Case to start, maybe as a reward for all the work that he does week in and week out, and we know what a gamer and a competitor he is, versus saying, hey, let's maybe get another look at a guy like Nick Mullins, who we just brought into our program this year.
Yeah, I think these weeks are for Case Keenum. These are where your backup quarterback comes through for you. He's been here all season long, the last 2 seasons, so he has a great feel for what we do, feel for our players, and that's not to disparage Nick Mullins in any way. I think Nick's been outstanding in his role. I think he's done a great job and really think he has a bright future.
When you have a veteran like Case in there and the familiarity that you guys have, does it make it a little bit easier in terms of the play calls, because you know that the execution in terms of the mental aspect of it is going to be right on point? You guys kind of see with the same eyes.
Yeah, I think it helps when you've been with somebody and you have some shared football experiences. But again, Case has been with us for 2 seasons, been with myself, AVP, with Bake in that quarterback meeting room. So he's a big part of all the discussions in terms of what we've done the last couple of years together. So I think that experience the last 2 years is really the one that weighs heaviest.
What are you hoping to see from the offense in this game against the Bengals?
I think we just got to go be us, be balanced, run and pass, be explosive, run and pass, convert third downs, all those type of things. I mean, I think if you look back to our first game versus the Bengals, back in October or whenever that was, it was a good balance of plays. I think we were explosive on both sides, and just want to be us and play that way for 60 minutes.
You won't be seeing Joe Burrow. We know that. We don't know what we'll be seeing from the Bengals, frankly, on the offensive side of the ball. But your defense put the best performance against them in quite some time on tape in that big 41-16 win at Paul Brown Stadium. Well, how do you want to see this defense that's played oh so well down the stretch close out the season on Sunday?
Yes, similarly, Nathan, to how we're anticipating the team playing. We want to go do our job. I think our defense has played outstanding in the division games, which is a very big deal. So I think there's a familiarity to this attack. And really, regardless of who plays for them, we got to control what we can control and go play our style of defense.
I know that the time for reflection, as you said, is not yet for the season. There is still work to do. When you go out there, it will be the final time this year in front of our home fans for this team, and we know teams change in the offseason. It's just a fact of life in the National Football League. What will it mean to you and to these guys one last time to be together in front of the Cleveland Browns fans?
Yeah, it means everything. This team has done everything I've asked them to do. Our coaches have asked them to do. They practice hard. They work hard in the building. They play hard on the field. So to be able to go out one more time and do that in front of our home fans, I think is everything.
Coach, we thank you so much for the time. Best of luck on Sunday against the Bengals. And you know what? We'll get through that, hopefully get a big win, and then it'll be on to the next season as this cycle that is the National Football League moves on. So thanks for everything for being on the program with us all year.
Thanks, Nathan.
All right. That's head coach of your Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski. For Joe Thomas, Nick Chubb, and the coach, I'm Nathan Zegura, thanking you for watching another edition of Browns Live.